Hello. I just have an opening question for for everyone here. What are some of the things that you do to elevate your mood, or what are some of those things that make you happy? Well, maybe you didn't know what exactly they are. Um, you can just simplify and call it a self-care. So, World Health Organization defines self-care as the ability of a person, family, or community to promote health, prevent illness, and maintain health with or without the help of healthcare providers. Now, we all have various things that we do to make us happy, and it happens to different people. And some of these things are, like you can say, self-care is divided into 5 dimensions. And one of the first dimension is physical self-care, mental self-care, emotional self-care, spiritual and social self-care. Now, all these categories have various things or activities that they involve. We look at the mental self-care. Now, these are the activities that you do to take care of your mental health care, mental well-being, and you realize sometimes you actually don't know that your mental health is deteriorating, and it's until it hits you that is when you realize, oh, there are things that you've not been doing well, and they involve things like um attending to therapies whenever you feel like your mental health is not in good condition. You can maybe activities that refresh your mind, playing games that tease your mind and your brain. Generally, just taking care of the whole thing about your mental health. Maybe you have an underlying mental health condition, addressing it, going to psychiatrist, doing those reviews, taking those medication, and other things. And the second one is emotional self-care. How do you care about how you're feeling? How do you express yourself? And how do you relate with others? Are you the kind of person who bottle their emotion and let the frustrations take away their happiness? Are you the kind of person who, whenever they have emotional issues about how you're feeling, you just lock up yourself and you don't want to hear or know anything that is going around, maybe your house that you've locked yourself in, all the surrounding? You hindering or you sabotaging your emotional well-being, which is not okay. So just express your emotion. Find the right channels to express your emotions, how you're feeling at that moment, what is that thing that you can do to feel rejuvenated? What is that thing that you can do just to make your mood feel okay? And some of the things that you can do just to take care of your emotional well-being could be bonding with your friends, family, the people who are close to you, your neighbors, and so on. The other dimension is the spiritual, and we all know, and or we all have some higher power that we associate ourselves with. We all have that power that we believe in, and that we all seek help from. And it doesn't have to be necessarily about religion also, that thing that bring the connection between you and the higher power. And there are various things that you can do just to bring yourself closer to that higher power. Could be you want to connect with nature. That's why some people value going to retreat and just being themselves, just connecting with themselves, going for those hikes, just sitting by a place or just under a tree. When you just feel that connection between you and the nature, what are you doing to grow the spiritual part of your life? Reading the word of God, attending the churches, going for those retreats, going for seminars, just to boost your spiritual life. The other part is the physical self-care, which has a really broad dimension. Now, about the physical self-care, the things that you do just by looking at you. If I look at you and I can just tell this person is not taking care of themselves just by the way you present yourself and the way you've kept yourself. Could be the number of times you take showers. Uh, are you doing are you having your hair done? Are you having your nails done? Are you changing those clothes? And how clean is the place that you are in? You know, what are you doing about your physical health? Are you doing the exercise? Are you hitting that gym? All these things entail the physical part of your self care. And the last one is social self-care. You cannot survive alone, and you must in one way or another relate with different kinds of people. Now, how are you connected to those people, and are they adding value to you, or are you adding value to them? And we all have that part or that aspect in our life where we connect with different people, at work, at school, at church, in the neighborhood, and so on. Now, the social aspect of the self-care includes how you relate with people who are surrounding you, and you can relate with them in various ways. Maybe having those small meetings in where you are, just connecting with them and staying close to them. Then, what are the benefits of self-care? What do you gain by taking care of yourself? Number one, you reduce burnout and stress. You realize that when you're not taking care of yourself, your spiritual, emotional, physical, and social, you feel like you feel the energy is drained. But the moment you start working on those things, it becomes easy. The second one is that it reduces stress. Um, Stress is brought by different issues, and one of the things that brings stress in our life is how we take care of ourselves. Could be you just want to take that one shower, you want to just go to that place and connect with nature just to feel okay. And the moment you stop doing those things, maybe you feel you're stressed. And then you know how to relate with people, of course, through the social interaction of the social part and the emotional part. You know how to relate with people, and then it helps us to monitor our growth. You can know the areas that you need to put emphasis on, the area that you need to work on, and the areas that you need to improve on. So you are able to monitor that growth in you, both socially, mentally, physically, everything. And you know the area that you want to stress on, that is lagging behind. Um, the other importance of self-care is it reduces the chances of getting mental illness and condition. Reason being, let's say, for example, the mental part of the self-care. You see, so you've been monitoring it and you've been working on it. So, should there be an issue, it's easy to detect that issue, and you are able to work on it. So you don't have to wait until that condition overpowers you. So you already have a clue of what is going on with your life or in your life. So you can detect it, and if it's a condition, you know how to address it or where to take it and to have a solution. And how do we go about having a self-care? How do I start? I mean, yes, I want to start a self-care, but how am I going to do it? Number one, assess your needs. Which areas are you really which areas have more weight in your life? Is it school? Is it work? Is it family or relationship? That is where you begin. Number two, come up with a plan. So I already know the areas that I have to work on. So you come up with a plan of how you're going to execute it. Maybe is it through hitting the gym? Is it going to retreats? Is it going to nature? Does it require a therapist, or what exactly does it need? Number three, work towards that. So now you start implementing the things that you had highlighted in step two. So you have highlighted, so start working on it and you don't postpone. Number four, take take each step slowly or step by step. Don't rush it. You can just break it, because the moment you present it is a huge task that you want to achieve. It becomes too huge for you, such that you don't even feel like you're making a step. But the moment you subdivide it into bits, you are able to know, I start with this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this. So it becomes easy for you. And lastly, meditate. So there comes a times when you feel like maybe the steps or the plans that you've laid down, they're not really working. So what do? You can just have a self-reflection of the things that you've been doing previously. So after reflecting, you can know the areas that you need to stress on, or do you really is there a need to scrap off the whole plan and maybe come up with a new one that is more achievable? And lastly, I just want to put some of the things that improves your self-care in a daily routine. Number one, taking a shower. It makes you feel so fresh. And just by starting a day with a shower, may it be a hot or a cold shower, you just feel fresh. Number two, eating healthy. So by eating healthy, you're taking care of yourself. Number three, exercise. Just just a simple exercise just a simple exercise like taking a walk around your area, or taking a walk around the place that you live is okay with you. And lastly, the last part of the activities of the day that can just make uh, a good self-care is self uh, like self-assurance and self-meditation. So always meditate. Just create that time to meditate, either in the morning, in the afternoon, whichever schedule works with you. And always celebrate yourself and assure yourself that although today wasn't good, although I didn't achieve this, there's always another chance, and just encourage yourself. Things will eventually settle down and all will be well. Thank you.